was the difference tonight?
Well, obviously our activity was a whole lot different, and communication defensively, the second half was really good. We had 42 deflections, which is our season high, just the activity defensively, and Kenny was special defensively. I mean, he, not only the blocks, but just he had him thinking, the whole time, and his activity was a big difference. But we took charges, we dove on the floor for loose balls. That was just a different team than, we played Saturday. And, it's just our challenge, who are we? Are we the team that played Saturday? We're the team that played tonight. And, but again, Kenny had a lot to do with that, his activity, and 19 assists on 25 baskets. I thought we were patient against the zone, but yet, we're a little bit aggressive. So I thought, they did a decent job there.
Is this the toughest you guys have been, maybe mentally and physically, to bounce back from that, but also just physically on the floor tonight?
Well, rebounding is such a big thing for us. And, at halftime, they had 7 second chance points. We had none. We got 9 in the second half. I thought that was a big stat. The 19 assists on 25 baskets mean we were moving it a little bit, making plays for each other. If we could have hit a few threes that I thought we had pretty good looks at, I thought we'd have been in pretty good shape.
You come out there and get that first possession, you hold them without even getting up a shot, and it goes off. Does that get these guys, you feel like maybe kind of gets the
Well, I hope
defensive
so.
mindset?
The activity was good, and we got a lot of deflections, throughout the game. One of our discrepancies, we've always been holding teams fewer points in the first half than the second, and then we did a better job there. So, all in all, just played much harder, much more focused, much more communication defensively, our bumps and everything. We did give up a couple uncontested threes, but not many, and so I thought our activity was really good. We didn't give Dickerson good looks. So I thought all in all it was great focus, great communication, and our best defensive effort.
Troy's had flashes this year where it looks like he could take over a game offensively. Was he playing more aggressive in that first half there? I mean, he had, I think, 13 in a row for you guys.
Well, yeah, he got some back. I mean, first half, I think he and Peyton, I think Paul had a couple free throws. We had 2 guys score, so I think he was 7 for 8 at half, if I remember right. So, no, I liked his aggressiveness. He also made plays. He had a couple bad turnovers, but no, he had a really good game. And I thought he was talking, and he knew what they were doing with their overloads on the zone and that, and he did a good job at talking.
Troy mentioned that last week after the loss, you said that they need to start playing like the great team you saw. Did they play like that great team you envisioned tonight?
Well, again, I posed the question, who are we? Is this who we are? And I didn't think it was, and we had a good practice Monday. The guys, they were embarrassed, and so they had a good practice Monday. Tuesday was okay. Yesterday was sharper, and so I think they were ready to go. But if a performance like Saturday doesn't turn your head and get you focused, then you're not a competitor. And I feel like we do have some competitors.
Is it mind-boggling to you to see such a different team, how they played at Stanford and then tonight?
It happens. It happens. You hate it when it does, and fortunately it hasn't happened to us a lot, but it does happen. I remember 2 years ago when we went to the Bay Area with a good team. We had 2 bad performances. Cal killed us, and then we got beat at Stanford. And then we came back, and, the guys really, so it happens. I would, in the coach's office, when I walked out to talk to the team, and I looked at, and Utah was up on Stanford 73-50. I don't know what it ended up, but that was the score when I looked at, when I walked out of the office, so it's a game, and it's a game played with young men, and sometimes they don't respond the way you want them to.
After the post-game message, the locker room? Did you pretty much praise and how they came back?
Absolutely.
And this is
No,
the way that you want to see them.
told them as disappointed as I was in them and them probably in themselves. So on Saturday, you should be as pleased with yourself and proud of your effort. But it's just one time. And I made the same point to them. I said, this is just one loss, fellas. It doesn't define us. It hurts, but that's our job to bounce back. And told them the same thing tonight. This is just one time we did the things that we talked about doing. You got to do it again on Sunday.
This team struggled to close teams out down the stretch in previous games. What was the difference tonight?
We got stops. Offensively, we weren't really sharp, but we got stops. I thought Mikhail had a big offensive rebound. I don't know exactly what the score was, but I think they got it down to 10. And we went down the shot clock. Peyton drove it, didn't get it. Mikhail got it and put it back. I thought that was a big basket. I'm not sure exactly. I think it took it from 10 to 12 maybe. But I thought that was a big basket for us because they come down, they get it under 10, and with our freshmen and guys, we haven't responded well. I thought that was a big basket.
You've seen flashes of how dominant Kenny can be. What do you think the next step is for him to be able to be that night in and night out?
Well, he hasn't played a great deal of basketball, so his confidence level kind of goes up and down, this was, I don't know if you saw the Fresno game, but this is how he played against Fresno. I mean, he just dominated both ends of the court, he got 6 or 7 baskets, and they were all right around the basket tonight, but guys looked for him, and that zone would step up, and he had a couple over the top, and, got a couple putbacks, and so that gave him a little juice, and gave him a lot more energy, but, his teammates were pumping him up. He'd get those blocks, and, they were telling him, thanks for saving me, like I said, not only the 7 blocks, but I saw 3 or 4 other ones where they were looking for him, that he just changed shots inside. So he was special tonight, and, it's in there, he's a freshman, and like I said, he hasn't played a lot of ball, so we're not going to get that every night. But, we got to balance it out. We can't have these. And if we get one of those, it's great, but we got to find that middle where he's consistently performing. And I talked to him about that. That's what we got out of Jordan. His freshman and sophomore year, there was a level there that Jordan never dipped below. And, we just got to keep him going. I like bringing him off the bench. He seems to be a little more comfortable doing that. So we'll just hopefully have that energy that he had. But it's just wonderful to see him play like that and be that energetic and that confident, both offensively and defensively.
Are him and Troy always goofing with each other like they were just before you came out here?
They do room together, and they are freshmen, and they're both goofy, so they might. No, they're fun to work with. I get frustrated with them and impatient at times, but watching them play that hard tonight, you get a little bitter feeling. So.
Is there a bigger effort to defend Chris tonight? He's been their leading scorer.
Well, Dickerson's been really hurting people inside. He had 23 against Arizona State and 23 against Arizona, so we wanted to make it hard on him. He was the guy we were most concerned about, just throwing it inside, because he did a wonderful job last week. I mean, he had 23 in both games. So he was our biggest concern. And then Noel's been having a great freshman year. He's so solid, and we kind of got him off rhythm. So, they're a balanced team. They 4 guys averaging in double figures, and they're really a balanced team. So, but we were really concerned about Dickerson just coming off the week he had last week.
Kenny said he does pay attention to how many blocks he's rallying up over the course of the game. Sometimes he looks at the board that's going on behind one of the baskets. Do you pay attention to that stuff or ever address that stuff in the locker room, or is that kind of like a jinx? You don't want to jinx a perfect game.
I don't pay attention. I just know he changed a lot of them tonight. There's been games where he hasn't changed a number of them, and it hurts our defense. But the biggest reason they didn't shoot a good percentage tonight was Kenny. No doubt, because they got it inside, and he changed a lot of shots.